Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Green on My Tears coming to you on Green TV, also known as Katrina. So yes, tomorrow starts National Sewing Month. So September is dedicated to National Sewing Month. So in honor of National Sewing Month, this is my first year anniversary doing participating in National Sewing Month. Because last year I participated with Berta Style and Coats and Clark. They had a challenge to make a dress, and you could choose whichever dress you wanted to make, and I did execute making the dress. So what I'm going to be doing is, let me back up. So I did check Berta Style to see if they were going to be doing something this year. I didn't see anything, so I'm still going to do what I plan on doing for National Sewing Month. So my theme for National Sewing Month is, my challenge to myself is to make all my garments out of vintage patterns or vintage inspired patterns or reproduction of patterns. So I have a select few patterns I'm going to show you today. Some of them are, like I said, reproduction patterns or vintage patterns from 1950s on till like 1990s or 1980s. So without further ado, so this is a current pattern from Berta. I really like this dress. I like the Peter Pan collar. So this is what the actual looks like. And that's a good contender. And this is a Vogue pattern. And this is from 1954. So I really like this jacket. And so these patterns, the real vintage patterns, I've got them in various locations, you know, various places. I picked them up. So this is a hat and belt pattern I really like. And this is a dress. And this is from Butterick. And you can tell that this is definitely a vintage pattern by the way the style of it is. And it would cost 65 cents back in the day. And this is a Butterick pattern, excuse me, a Simplicity pattern, vintage, because the price is 60 cents way back in the day. And I really like this dress, and I really like the pin tucks on the bodice part of the dress. And then there's this dress here, and it comes in 3 different versions. And this is a McCall's pattern. And this was 75 cents back then. And this is a Simplicity pattern. This one was $1 way back when. And this is a tint coat in two lengths. And this is a Simplicity pattern which costs 40 cents. 40 cents. And I actually made this top. And I just have to put the button on it, as you see the button on it. But I think I'm going to put a couple more buttons on it. And I might wear it today. And an apron pattern, and this pattern costs 50 cents, and this is from Butterick. And this is a Vogue pattern, and this, how much this pattern costs? Well, this is a vintage pattern, because this is from, what does it say? The date on it. 1994. And I happen to have an Ann Taylor inspired, Ann Taylor top that looks similar to this, and I really like this effect on this top. So yeah. And then this is a Simplicity pattern, and it was $2.50. Let's see, when was this printed? This was printed in 1983. So yep. And this is another Simplicity pattern, and this one was $1.50, and this one was printed in 1975. See what I'm saying? Old patterns. So that's what I'm going to be doing, all vintage patterns. So this is a McCall's pattern. And this costs $1.75, and this is from 1978. So those are some of the patterns, select patterns that I have just right now. I have a lot more, but these are the ones I could find, and I just wanted to, you know, show you basically what I'm talking about when I'm talking about vintage patterns. And also, I don't know if a lot of people may or may not know that I have a sewing and embroidery machine. So my sewing machine can also do embroidery. I have a higher end sewing machine. So what I want to do is incorporate hand embroidery. So this is a vintage pattern that I was given, and this is what you do, this is the type of things you can use these iron-ons to do. So this is basically the iron-on templates, and what you do is use some of these stitches. They have a satin stitch, a blanket stitch, a cross stitch, feather stitch, and they also have a French knot and a loop stitch and various other stitches. But I want to incorporate that with my machine embroidery. And also, I might make this hat for my grandmother because she likes hats and she needs a new white hat to wear to church on first Sunday. So, yes. So that is just some of the patterns that I have. I don't know what I'm going to sew first. So tomorrow I will come back and let you know what pattern I plan on making first. I want to at least make at least 6 to 8 garments by the end of September, and I will keep you posted as I go through my process of making the garment, and I'll show you what the garment looks like. And I plan on not going outside of my home to buy more fabric, because I have a lot of fabric that I've collected, a lot of fabric that I have inherited or been blessed to be given. So that's it for now. So I pray that everybody has a blessed day, and I pray that this inspires you, men and women, to sew and to do things you haven't done before. So you may grow to love, you may hate it, but if you have any questions about sewing that I can answer for you, let me know, and I will answer the best of my ability. And I surprise myself about what I know. And the only reason why I know what I know is because I read. I cannot stress that enough, because I work at a place where I sell sewing machines and people don't read their manuals. And I'm like, well, that's the only reason why I know that what I know is because I read your manual, I read my manual, I read books on sewing. I even take some courses, and I want to go back to school to take some courses and maybe get my certificate in sewing so I can brush up on what I don't know and enhance what I do know. Because that's what my daughter, Picture Me Lovely, is doing at this time. And she's really, my baby is bad. She's awesome. She's awesome, awesome, awesome. So I pray that everybody has a blessed day. Know that God loves you. Stay encouraged. And you're only limited by your imagination when it comes to your sewing or being creative. Bye.